Okay, before I get into this next thing, there's certain symbols that represent numbers, okay? For example, pi, that's 3.14. There's also going to be another number you're going to learn about today, and that's I to the second, okay? I to the second is equivalent to -1, okay? So now, evaluate I to the 6th power. Now what we're going to do is break up the I to the 6th into a product of just I to the second. So I to the second, so that'd be I to the 4th, and then times I to the 6th, so 2, 4, 6. Now we're going to replace all those with -1, so -1 times -1 times -1. So we find out what that is, and that's going to end up, that's +1, but then times -1 again is going to be -1, okay? Okay, I to the 8th, so I to the 2nd times I to the 2nd times I to the 2nd times I to the 2nd, 2, 4, 6, 8. So all those I to the seconds are replaced with -1. Now this time the product is 1, but it is positive because that's an even amount of negative factors. Okay, I to the 4th, you're going to have I to the 2nd times I to the 2nd, so we can stop there. That's -1 times -1, that's +1. Now we'll get deeper into the I explanation in the next part of the thing. I to the 10th, so I to the 2nd times I to the 2nd times I to the 2nd. So now I'm at 10 factors of I. So all those -1 times -1 times -1 times -1 times -1. So that's an odd amount of factors. And then all they multiply to -1. Okay? So just do your thing on that. You have one problem to do in that assignment. Okay?